gonna be talking about a vampire movie that I remember seeing when I was younger, during the cable craze. Like HBO on Showtime or Cinemax. I think I saw this one on Showtime. It wasn't HBO that I know, but it was either Showtime or Cinemax. But I think Showtime. But I just want to say I feel like this vampire movie, with vampire movies being so popular, which they all always were, but I think vampire stuff is more popular now than ever because of that, because of Twilight, especially romantic vampires. But if you want to talk about romantic vampires with a romance and a good love story, to me, To Die For, it has to be the underrated one in this genre, in this type of style of vampirism movies. And I like this movie. I remember seeing it when I was younger. To me, it was the story that was so good. And it was like watching a opera done as a movie instead of a TV series. And I will get started what this movie's about. And this movie has a part two also, which I'll talk about in the next review. But meanwhile, let's talk about the first movie. The movie's about this real estate agent, a female real estate agent with a man. They're having have this boat party, and then she was fascinated with this guy, and the guy kind of like seduced her and stuff a little bit, and she ended up waiting for him, and then the guy just disappeared on her, and she has a man too. Like to all you men, let me just say, to all you men that want to become a vampire, like this movie probably will make you want to be a vampire because this guy, he got some player skills, man. Fuck it, he got player skills. He knows how to use vampirism skills. Let's put it like that. Um, as the movie progresses, the real estate agent has an offer to show this guy that show a guy a house at nighttime, and of course it was the vampire that she met. At the time, she didn't know he was a vampire. So I get towards the end of the movie, but like I said, I don't want to spoil too much. But the movie progressed. She's showing the guy at the house a little bit. They kind of have a little she kind of have a little falling out with him, like what you can't remember what happened. And they start talking, and she still got fascinated with him. She goes to her roommate, help her get a job, working for this vampire guy, and the vampire guy end up seducing her roommate, and then she slowly become a vampire too because he started buying her. Start seducing her in a way, and mysteriously you get these mysterious killings going around with another vampire. He turned into like a beast vampire, start killing people like in a monster form. And I like the special effects in this. It's kind of like old school special effects, and I like the creature effects for the vampire too. And like I said, as the movie progresses, you got like the second vampire meeting up with the first vampire, and they kind of like have this history against each other because the second vampire kind of blames him for killing his lover, for the woman that he loves, and so pretty much the second vampire is like he's like more evil too, but then the first vampire, he ain't no better either. Let's put it like that. As the movie progresses, people are dying mysteriously one on one by the vampires. You get your little drama with the roommate who ended up becoming the vampire, but she get kind of jealous when the first vampire's in love with the real estate agent. You got the real estate agent who she had a boyfriend, kind of like her boyfriend kind of like dumps her because he doesn't know where she stands. And like I said, the movie progresses. You pretty much get your little soap opera when the vampires start inviting her to the party. Her ex boyfriend was at the party, and even her roommate went with her. I'm not her roommate. Her friend went with her. And meanwhile, her real roommate ended up staying with the first vampire because she's supposed to be working under him as a secretary. But there's some side jobs with that. Let's put it like that. Come on. It becomes like when the ex boyfriend picks up the book, he was reading about vampires on him, and he realized who this guy really is, and as the roommate, as the real estate agent former roommate get kind of jealous, like of the real estate agent because the vampire loves her, so she gets kind of jealous, and the story progressed when she ended up being in the hospital. She gets kind of like injured, and all the three friends, like the ex-boyfriend, the female real estate agent, and the female vampire roommate, the roommate's ex-fiance, was in the hospital. She gets killed. It's kind of like bring them all together now. Like something's not right, and then as the movie fast forward, you get to your battle when the ex-boyfriend, the ex-fiance of the roommate who who died, you know, because they had to kill her off because she was a vampire. Ended up going to the house, but before that, the female roommate, the real estate agent, excuse me, ended up seeing the vampire that she liked it and want to know the truth, you know, and realize who he is, and then he ended up seducing her again, making out with her, and up to the two guys to pretty much stop the vampire. So you could take a guess what happened. But all in all, To Die For, definitely enjoyed this movie. Been a long time I've seen it, but I can still realize why it was good after all. You know, the acting, the story. It was like a soap opera story. You do have drama. You do have your kill scenes. You do have your vampire affection in this movie, but there's a drama that's gonna keep you going in this movie also. The soundtrack was good. You know, the style of the movie was good. It was like one of those romantic type of vampire guys. You know, so yeah, I say check this movie out without a doubt. Anyway, peace, guys. See you later.